Esha Deol, welcome to CNN News 18.
Thank you so much.
Esha, you'll be next seen on the big screen after 14 years in the film Tumko Meri Kasam.
Yes.
That also stars Esha Deol. The film is of course slated to release on March 21st. How different is the feeling from say an OTT release?
It is different because I have started my career. I had started my career with films only for the silver screen, and that feeling of coming back home is what I feel when I have a film releasing in the theatres. And now the film hoardings are also put up outside cinema halls. So that feeling is so nostalgic, and it's just a very beautiful feeling. I can't explain in words, but just seeing yourself in that poster outside a cinema hall is unexplainable. You know, OTT has been amazing. I mean, I look forward to doing more work on the OTT platform as well. As an artist, when we go on set, we are not seeing कि ये OTT पे आ रहा है या theatre पे आ रहा है. We are performing, we are giving our best for those 12 hours on set, and that's how I work. But this is different, this is exciting, and I am feeling very glad that I did this project, Tumko Meri Kasam, because you all will see me in a very different light compared to whatever I have done earlier in my films. This is a very challenging role that I took up, and I did take up such a challenging role in a film like this because of the director Vikram Bhatt, who I have had the experience of working back in the day with the film Ankahi. He's a fantastic director, he's an actor's director, and I knew I'm in good hands. And I've had the honor again to work with Mr. Anupam Kherji in this film. He was part of my first debut film, and then I'm working with him in this now. And he is just magic on screen and off screen. So the entire feeling is
Sure. But you play the role of a lawyer in the film. What made you say yes to the film? What was it about this character that made you say
so,
yes?
When I spoke to Vikram, he told me about the story, and that it's a true story on this very fine gentleman called Dr. Ajay Murdia. The story is based on his life, and of course it's a film, so there is a bit of you know, loosely inspired, I would, as Vikram says, from his life. And he has such a wonderful journey himself as a man, and the things he has done for society and all have a very different meaning. Back then he had the ability and the guts, I would say, to go ahead and introduce IVF into our country in such a wide scale, with the support of his loving wife, played by Ada Sharma. And you know, so the story itself was so intriguing. And when I got to know that Anupam ji is playing him, and Ishwak is also playing him, our film has two timelines. So when you watch the film, it is, you know, it's beautifully merged, I would say, between two timelines, and it's a very challenging film for a director to direct, and Vikram has taken up a big challenge. And so yeah, I mean, for me it was also what I'm doing in the film that matters a lot to me. Now when I'm working again, it has to be something that is challenging, something that makes me feel content when I come back home. And working with the right people and the right team is very important to me. So everything was a green tick mark.
Like you said, the film is inspired by the life of Ajay Murdia, the doctor who owned famous fertility clinics.
Yes, Indira IVFs, yes.
Yeah. You know, many movie stars from Bollywood like Amber and Shah Rukh and others have shared their experience or their journey with IVF. What are your views about IVF?
I think it's something that is honestly become very common today. People are open to it because it has such a big success rate. and even for the people who are not aware of it, people who are not very educated about it, Mr. Ajay, Dr. Ajay Modia has spread the awareness all over our country by opening these IVF clinics and helping so many people who, couples, I would say, who have been unable to conceive naturally, have a child.
How comforting was it for you to team up with Vikram Bhatt again? You of course worked with him last in 2006 film Ankahi.
Yes, you know, that time also at that age when I took up the role in the film Ankahi, it was a very challenging role for me to do at that age, and he was just such a wonderful person to interact with, ask questions. You know, when you're thirsty as an actor and you want to ask so much about a character, and he would patiently give you that time and explain to you, and he himself has such a big profile in his field as a director. He's done so many films besides horror, whether it's Avara Pagal Divana, and his horror films, he's known as the king of horror films. So he's so experienced as a director.
So then what kind of questions generally you asked to your director?
Me and him have a very silent language on set. There's a very wonderful tuning, which as an actor, you wish that with most of your directors. I have worked with certain directors who are not actors, directors, and you realize that once you're on set.
How
like they are more interested in the shot looking grand, or unwanted things become their hero and the actor on set, and it's a little bit of a disappointment to us, because you are the captain of the ship. You are like, in a film, an actor can look like a very good actor and you can look like a terrible actor, and it's all in the director's hand, I would say.
So you're not a trained actor, but you actually have learned.
No, I went to Kishore Namit Kapoor ji's classes as a kid, and I think acting is something that beyond a point you don't need to train. I don't think people need to train to act. It's a feeling that comes from the heart of any human being. You have to feel the emotion. I'm more of a spontaneous person and an actor. But yes, before I started my career, for 6 months or something, I was at Mr. Kishore Namit Kapoor's classes, and they were a lot of fun. It was more for me to open up and be more confident in a room of people where there are other people watching you perform. It helped me immensely in that. But I'm a more of a spontaneous person, actor.
Did you also learn horse riding and swimming as well?
No. I know
that used
swimming.
To be the norm.
That used to be back in the day. I did a bit of horse riding with Tinu Verma ji. That time we were allowed to do it on Juhu Beach. So early mornings I did that, because I have love for horses myself. As a person, I've always been very fond of horses, and I wanted to learn to ride. This was before I even thought I'll join acting. I did this, but with Mr. Tinu Verma. And
Tinu Verma was the director of many action films, mostly featuring
Sunny
Deol.
Yeah. Yes, wonderful person. And swimming is something that we learn.
At Sun and Sand?
You want to know where I learned swimming? This is quite a story. I had already turned, I think, 11, and I still didn't know how to swim. And we were all in our farmhouse, and my dad has a tube well, and he said, "Abhi tak swimming nahi seekha hai tune?" So I said, "Nahi, Papa." Picked me up and threw me in the tube well, and I was like, "Papa, like that, karke, I started floating and I started swimming. That's how I learned to swim.
But
so I didn't learn at Sun and Sand. Then later we went to Sun and Sand. All of us used to go.
So then, would you please like to tell us, probably sort of take a trip down memory lane and tell us the world of 80s of Sun and Sand Hotel, where it was like, I would like to call it a Bollywood hotel, where every Sunday the pool was flooded with movie stars swimming.
So we would go. It was a packed pool. It used to be crowded, and all of us would be there. There was Love Kush, Sonakshi, Sonam Riya. That time we were all almost the same age group and growing up. So our classes and what activities around Juhu were pretty limited and pretty the same. So that was a lot of fun, and then we would eat, have coffee, cold coffee, milkshake, and French fries.
So please tell us about the film for which you are teaming up again with Vikram Bhatt after
Uh, I would like to say that it's a very beautiful human drama. It is got एक ठहराव होता है ना film में, that is there in this film. You will be with every character in the film and you will feel deeply and you will be with them in their journey, especially the Dr. Ajay Mordias. Besides that, I have another film that I will be doing with Vikram very soon, and before that there's another film that I will be teaming up with
Sanjay Dutt?
Yes.
This is a period film.
Sort of fantasy period, nothing like I've done before, and it's a pan-India film, and it's quite exciting to do that.
Also, what are your memories of celebrating birthday on the sets of Dil Ashna Hai with Shah Rukh Khan? You and Shah Rukh share the same
I don't
birthday.
think we celebrated the birthday there. I don't remember. I was very. I don't think we celebrate. I don't know if we cut cake together or what. But we share our birthday.
Holi is just around the corner.
Yes.
How are you a big fan of Holi? Do you like playing Holi?
I used to. I mean, there is a certain age limit, I think, to people who love Holi and enjoy Holi and love the mess and the water and the colors and balloons and everything. I used to love playing Holi. Now I like playing. I mean, it's a very vibrant, fun festival. Yeah, I mean, I celebrate every festival of our country with full zest. So this is another festival that I look forward to celebrating with my kids.
What is your favorite childhood Holi memory?
I mean, all our Holis were very sweet and simple, and in the in the mornings we always love to put rang on Krishna Bhagwanji. So that is something that we follow even today, and then we fill up this little pool with water and put balloons and color, and then the pichkari, and then the mess, and then eating jalebis and that samosas and all that goes on.
Coming back to your creative process, do you like to have sort of a pep talk with the director when you start your day on the sets, or you want like a speech from director to boost your morale?
So I make it as organic as possible without going with that intention. So in the morning when I come, of course we greet everyone. I like to go and just sit next to the director and just see what he's doing, how he's setting up the shot and anything. And in those moments, if there are some questions I have for the day, I ask. But it's not on a daily basis, because all this talk and everything happens before you've got into the character. It's part of getting into the character. Once you're on set, you're in character and you're ready with everything.
But how does it happen with you? Do you, when you put on makeup and costume, you become the character? It's or always
I'm a switch on, switch off.
Yeah.
Totally. But with this particular film and the character that I play, Meenakshi Sharma, the defense lawyer, it was definitely all performance, and as a lawyer you have lots to say. So I would get up early morning by 5:30, and I love sitting next to one window of mine, and I used to read my lines out loud, knowing that my kids are asleep and neighbors are hopefully asleep and can't hear me rattling away my lines. But I would do that every day. So with her, with Meenakshi, she came home quite a few times. Otherwise, I don't bring the characters home.
I was talking to Australian filmmakers recently, and they said the only Bollywood film we have watched is Dhoom, and they said, what does Dhoom Machale means? And then they told me about the song of Tata Young, and they said we love the girl, in the actress in the film, and they were talking about you. How do you look back at Dhoom after so many years?
I mean, that's one film that stays with me even today. In a very strong presence Dhoom has in my life. People address me as the Dhoom girl, and I am called Dilbara, and when I get comments they actually call me Dilbara and all that. So that's really sweet, and I feel very fortunate to have those sweet taglines and such a successful film. I mean, I watch it even today and I enjoy it, and my kids have watched it and they enjoy it, and the fact that it's internationally known and Australian filmmakers know me, I think that's great.
Today it's sort of become a hobby to criticize star kids. We've seen people trolling it. How do you see, because ultimately to me it feels like they are kids, you know, they're trying to establish themselves. How do you see this nepotism? Because
I mean,
today there's so
I
much of
can't
work
answer
today.
for others, but when it comes to myself, I think I've been fortunate enough. When I started out, all this didn't really exist. Um, but today, what I can say, I mean, as a child, I see my parents. I grew up with my parents. What they do is something I look up to. I'm in awe of it, and I wish someday I become that and do that. And that's how I joined this industry.
You know, and finally your parents, Dharamji and Hema.
And one more thing I would like to say, as far as being privileged and all that, it's painted so beautiful and such a rosy picture is painted. Let me tell you, yes, okay, I am born into this family, I am born to these parents by the grace of God, and my parents have worked very hard to give us this kind of life today. You know, if it's more like people bank in and cash in on the name of launching someone's child, but after that we are on our own. In fact, there is constant comparison, and now there is this wonderful nepotism going on. So it is very hard for us too, and people, sometimes we are also as normal as others, and sometimes people will meet us only with that. I don't understand it, because as a human being I don't like to treat someone else that way, and I don't wish to be treated that way. So, you know, it's something that needs to be addressed correctly.
And finally, you know, your parents, Dharamji and Hema Malini will be celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary on May 2nd. How are you planning to celebrate the big day? We keep seeing Dharamji posting his nice Insta reels from his farmhouse.
Yes, he loves his social media and he's very good at it. He's so good at it compared to all of us. He's the best in the family on social media. Well, we like to keep it as close knit and as chilled out as possible, because it's about enjoying those moments with them together. So we get a cake for them, and ghar ka South Indian khana we get made, and then we are just sitting and chilling and chatting. Yeah, what else?
Well, looking forward to lots more. Thank you so much for talking to me. And all the best.
Thank you so much.